Welcome back to Tiny Grimes Games, and I'm here with another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. And today I want to talk about the Count Dooku Arena meta. That's right, Count Dooku is everywhere. Let's go ahead and take a look at mine. Let's see, ranks 1 is not, and then ranks 2, 3, 4, everyone, 2 through 8, all Dooku leaders, 10, 12, 13, me at 14, I'll be 1 or 2 when my payout comes around. Essentially, most people now are running Count Dooku as their leader. So why is this? What's the big change? Well, let's take a look at Count Dooku. He's always had this ability that all allies gain 15% evasion and gain offense up for 1 turn whenever they invade. The problem is, this never worked before. So with the last update, it wasn't really clear that this had happened, but Dooku was fixed, and suddenly a fixed Dooku is a really good leader. And you might be thinking, okay, 15% evasion, that's not that great. Like that's okay, but it's not anything amazing. But when you think about the fact that a lot of lineups are running heavy Jedi, whether that be a Qui-Gon leader, which as you see is receding a bit at the upper levels, Qui-Gon, Yoda, all of these guys, they work really well with Darth Sidious. So Darth Sidious in the past was 35% evasion against Jedi attacks. Well, you throw plus 15%, that's 50%. 50% of Jedi attacks are being evaded by Sidious. This is huge. So let's say they're going to try to one-shot him with like a Qui-Gon into somebody else, and he evades the Qui-Gon. He gets offense up, he evades the Qui-Gon, he stays alive. It's quite phenomenal. I've been putting Luminara in the lineup as well for 2 reasons. First, she gets 35% up evasion. She has a chance to anyway. So when she hits that with Dooku, it's again 50% evading. So why is evasion so important, especially with Luminara? If you are evading, it means you're probably not dying as quickly, right? So yes, maybe you get hit hard, but then the second attack doesn't kill you. And so now you have this chance for Luminara to come in, heal everyone, get an extra attack, maybe 2 with everybody that you wouldn't have gotten before. Additionally, the AI is ridiculous. So if it was human on human, they would have their Jedi, for instance, Luminara, and they wouldn't swing at Sidious, but they will now. And so Sidious gets an automatic 50% because the AI doesn't know what it's doing. So essentially, for me, I don't have Qui-Gon at 7 stars yet. I just got him to 6, so I feel like he's finally viable for me to put in my lineup. But I was scoring, 1 or 2 with Phasma, and if you look at Phasma versus Dooku, they're very similar leaders in that both of them are kind of RNG leaders. And what I mean by this is they have random effects. Phasma's random effect is you might get an extra attack. Dooku's random effect is you might live longer to get a random attack, or to get an extra attack. So I feel like both Phasma and Dooku give you extra attacks, but Dooku is a better attacking character. Phasma's a better toolbox character because she can give you turn meter buffs as well. But Dooku is a really good character in that he is giving you extra attacks by letting you live longer, and they are calculated extra attacks, right? With Phasma, when you get your extra attack, it could be an extra attack with, say, Phasma and be incredibly weak. It could be an extra attack on a character that has just died anyway and it triggers and it doesn't even matter. It's extremely random, whereas I feel like with Dooku you control the randomness a little bit more. You can build around it. You can build Sidious to be max evading and knowing that he'll probably live longer now because of it. And remember, he self-heals when people die. So if he's not dying and he's evading, he's living even longer to heal, to go on to attack some more. So this is why you're seeing so much Count Dooku right now in the arena. So let's go ahead and we'll play one. I hate playing against the Royal Guard. He's so annoying. But I think, well, so our choice is 9 and 10. Both have a Royal Guard. So we'll do it. We might lose with the Royal Guard. If luck goes poorly, we may lose. Oh, opponent's already in a battle. And if you notice in my last video, I was still using a droid lineup, and the droid lineup has really fallen out of favor, especially with all the evasion. It's much harder to one-shot people, and if you're not one-shotting people with weak guys, you're probably dying. Okay, I can't go all the way to 12. That's just absurd. But 11, I guess, is reasonable. If 9 is already occupied, we'll go ahead and do 11. It's probably not smart, but it'll be a little easier to showcase how good the lineup is against a non-Royal Guard lineup, which is incredibly frustrating. Okay, so we got a Jedi going after him. No problem. Dooku, of course, has his counterattack. So Dooku basically went from really solid to just crazy good. He's faster than Qui-Gon, so he gets to stun him. That's always amazing. So we want to be able to one-shot with the soldier, but he's not going to get the buff from Poggle. So we're going to go ahead and hit the soldier and hope that we can one-shot him anyway. It doesn't look like we will. We'll probably finish him off with Luminara. Oh, and it triggered for the helper, the stunned Poggle. So that was terrible. That was pretty much worst case scenario there. We really want to stun him so he doesn't get his special. Okay, cool. We got that. That worked. And this is where Luminara is really good. So if you notice, all our guys are hurt quite a bit. We're hoping that we're going to be able to do Luminara. Boy, if he had his Poggle boost, he would actually kill the Geonosian soldier. We're going to do it anyway. It's probably not going to kill him. Yeah, it should leave him with a little bit, but everyone's pretty wounded. And who do we want to kill off? We know Luminara is going to heal everyone, so we're making a decision here. Who do we most want to kill? I think it's going to be the Geonosian soldier. We'll get another kill too. So normally we would buff here, but we really want to kill. I'm not sure if it'll kill him, but we're going to try. Okay, good. All right, then we heal with Luminara and we win. I mean, we're at 5 pretty much full health guys against 3 guys. That's not going to bode well for him. He's already healed, so we don't really care about Luminara. We'd rather stun Yoda. Put the little green boy down. And the way I usually kill Dooku is with the double shot from the Geonosian soldier, but when he's buffed, it one-shots Dooku. So we're not going to do that. We'll just shoot Yoda and kill him. And then we'll come around next time with the buff and one-shot Dooku. It doesn't matter here because any move I made was right? He's in such dire straits that he's done anyway. But that's usually how I do it. All right, it looks like we got it. I don't think we evaded even one time, so we didn't get to see the fullness of how great it can be when you can evade. But by pulling out Phasma, it lets you put in Luminara, and so we did get to see that Luminara does indeed add something to the lineup. She's adding healing, stun, evasion. She's just a good character. So it's really fascinating, I think, is that this lineup is really close to the original lineup I've been running forever. I mean, I've run Luminara, Sidious, Dooku for almost the entirety of which I played the game. I very quickly put Poggle in there. And so those 4 I always had, and I didn't have Geonosian Soldier until recently. And I had old Daka quite a bit in there. But this has been a solid lineup. It continues to be a solid lineup. They're just good characters. I would say Sidious, Luminara, Poggle, and Dooku are just 4 characters you should get. And Geonosian Soldier as well, as long as they don't nerf him into the ground. So that's what's kind of neat about this lineup is I feel like with level 80 coming, and I'm going to do a video probably tomorrow on that, this lineup's kind of ready for level 80. If you have these 5 guys, there's a good chance that no matter what happens with level 80, it'll be functional. It may not be the best 5 guys, but if you've noticed, these 5 have always been good, right? It's like Luminara wasn't in my lineup for a while, but it wasn't that she was terrible. It's that, with a heavy speed lineup or a heavy one-shot lineup, she didn't fit that well. But especially with the new interesting health pool decision that they've made, she might even be better than she's been, and I'll talk about that, like I said, again tomorrow. One last thing before we leave here. I do want to point something out. I said I was going to be 1 or 2 during my payout, and I will. And I think this is something really important that people probably haven't focused on, is that spending 50 gems to make 400 gems is a good plan. Right now I'm rank 11. After I beat Donkey, I'll move to 7. So let's look at the prizes. At 7, I would make 250 gems. At 1, I'll make 500. So if I spend 50 for a refill to make an extra 250, that's a profit of 200. So it's something that I feel like some people haven't really focused on, that you're not always going to be able to capture number 1 or 2 without a refill. And that's one of the reasons why I keep gems at my disposal. It's not why I keep 5,600 gems, but I like always having about 1,000 in case, you know, I need to do various refills to position myself correctly. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Get Count Dooku if you don't have him. He's always been strong. He continues to be strong. And right now, until level 80 hits, it's going to be the Count Dooku metagame. I'm telling you, more and more people are going to be playing. He's everywhere. He's all over my leaderboard. And I almost guarantee if you look at the top, he's all over yours as well. So I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you next time on Tiny Grimes Games.